Hi there. We have a new Pope, Bob from Chicago. And the great thing about Bob is that he was evangelized in Peru by the Peruvians, just like myself and so many Colombans. Because there's a missionary dictate that says, the first to be evangelized is the evangelizer. And that's so true. Because we go there knowing nothing really. We go there and start to learn the language and the culture and the customs and the values and the food and the music and the history and so on. So Bob, Pope Bob, together with us, has been evangelized by the Peruvians. And that's borne such fruit that he's now our Pope. God bless him. Thank him for accepting. And may he be blessed in the job just as he was when he was in Peru, where he had very, very good press. He was very well accepted as an archbishop there. So God bless him. In the readings at this time, we're in chapter 10 of John's Gospel. And the basic thrust is Jesus is the Good Shepherd, and we are the sheep. And in today's text, the Jews have gathered in Jerusalem for the feast of the dedication, when they remembered how they were able to rededicate their temple after the desecration by the Greeks, who had installed their idols in the sanctuary. And the Jews referred to this as the abomination of desolation. But now they're celebrating that the temple is theirs and Yahweh is with his people again. And Jesus is walking up and down in the temple, in the portico of Solomon, because it's winter, and obviously a bit too cold to sit on the marble benches. So Jesus is walking up and down, and the Jews, says the text, but I think it probably means the Pharisees and the like, encircle him. And they say to him, look, tell us definitively, are you to be the Christ or not? And Jesus responds by saying, I have taught you. I have taught you continuously by the works I do in the name of my Father. But you will not believe because you are not sheep of mine. Because my sheep listen to my voice and they follow me. And I give them eternal life, and not one of them will be lost. It's a beautiful text, and it reflects so clearly so many other teachings of Jesus. And the one that comes to mind, of course, is the lost sheep. The sheep strays away from the flock and is lost in the desert. But the shepherd goes searching for the lost sheep until he finds it. And then he brings it back rejoicing. He doesn't reprimand it. He comes back rejoicing. Or the other one is the prodigal son. Takes off, spends all his money, all his inheritance, and eventually starts to come home. And when he's still a long way off, the father sees him and runs to meet him. And he hugs him. And he reinstates him as the son. And they have a celebration. And I was thinking, yeah, it's very good that we are called to be sheep, to follow Jesus and to listen to his word. But I think we're also called to be shepherds. I think we are called to live out Jesus' basic commandment, love one another as I have loved you. And just as the shepherd cares for his sheep gratuitously, and does not expect any return. So we should be able to care for one another, to offer support, encouragement, especially to ones who stray because of sickness, because of failure, because of rejection, whatever. But to be able to give the support of the shepherd to those sheep who are struggling. And that could be in the home. So often I've asked parents, how is Johnny today? Oh, he's good. No, I said, how is he? They don't know. Because they haven't asked. They haven't shown that care for their child. Or the child in the school with the teacher. How often there is disrespect. There are obstacles placed in the way of the teacher trying to teach and share and contribute to the growth and maturity of the student. Or in a workplace, or even in a shop. How often you can see the person behind the counter mistreated by the customer. And then, of course, there's the whole business of domestic violence, street violence, and of course, national violence. So what I want to do today is to invite you to be shepherds to one another. Sheep following Jesus, yes, and listening to his voice, yes, but also shepherds to one another, so that we might do what Jesus did and in the way he did it. Okay? So let's take off and look after those sheep, just as we are looked after by the Good Shepherd. Okay? God bless you. Have a great week, and we'll see you again.